Phogat murder mystery, which seems to be getting murkier by the day. Now, a drugs case has also in fact been registered by the police, the Goa police, which has already in fact arrested two people earlier, Sonali Phogat's associates who used to work with her in the murder case, and now in this particular drugs case which has been registered by the Goa police. Three people have in fact been arrested, including the owner of a very prominent club in Goa. For more on this, let me go across to my colleague Neha Hebale, who is in Goa and tracking all these updates. Neha, so there's a two-pronged approach right now that the Goa police is following. Firstly, of course, the murder investigations in which they've arrested two people who were close associates of Sonali Phogat. But they're also looking at the drugs angle in this particular case. We remember that the Goa police had said she was forcibly drugged. So what have we found out in the latest in terms of both these investigations?
Well, yes, Anima, in fact, while the drugs were administered to Sonali Phogat, it was yesterday for the first time that, we managed to actually access the internal communication of the police, which goes on to suggest that this drug that was administered to her, as it's popularly known over here in Goa and some other parts of the country, was meth. Now, it's important to mention that, as far as the police investigation is concerned, the motive is yet to be ascertained, but they have strong reasons to believe that there could be two main reasons for her murder. The first being the fact that there was economic interest is what the family has alleged, and that is what is being verified right now by the police. If the accused over here murdered her, in fact, to try and usurp her property, were there attempts to, transfer the property documents to their name? All of this is being looked at, whether in the past as well, considering that, there were close aides of her, whether in the past as well there were any attempts, such similar attempts. Now, that's one aspect of the investigation. Coming to the second aspect about what the family has alleged about a political conspiracy to end her career, that is also being probed by the police. If at all, both Sukhwinder as well as Sudhir over here were responsible, or were out to kill her with the motive of ending her political career, then was there a bigger conspiracy? Was there a bigger force behind this? That is also something that's being investigated. Yesterday, when we saw the Goa police asking for custody of both Sudhir as well as Sukhwinder, we saw them, in fact, saying that considering both of these accused are not localites, there could be the involvement of other people or of outsiders. So that is also something now, of course, that the police would strongly be looking at. Now, barring that, to very quickly summarize the sequence of events and what happened on that fateful night, it was about 8 o'clock that we saw the drugs being collected from, Sudhir and Sukhwinder collected the drugs from Datta Prasad, who's the drug peddler who's been arrested in the NDPS case, following which the drugs were then later taken to Curlis, where it was administered to her. At about 1:30, we saw a CCTV footage that emerged yesterday that showed Sonali Phogat dancing with, the accused over here, Sudhir, where he was also administering those drugs to her, possibly in that water bottle. That's what the police has said. And following this, at about 4 o'clock is when we've seen her. Around 4:30, she's entering the washroom, where she was for almost about 2 hours, is what again the police has said. At about 6:30, as per the statement of the Curlis staff that was given to the police, around 6:30, 6:40 is when she started to complain of uneasiness. Right. They asked if she had to be taken to a hospital. She denied it, and then at about 7 o'clock at the resort is when she further complained of uneasiness, and a couple of minutes later she has succumbed. So we'll have to wait and see where the police tie up all the loose ends to be able to finally crack this mystery.
Right, Neha, thank you so much for tracking all these updates. We'll keep following this developing story with you.